Welcome to the Fiddle Jam Institute. So you're wondering maybe what this Fiddle Jam method is all about. Well, I'll tell you. It's part of my own personal quest to try and pry loose the grips of history on the violin world. You may be aware that the past 300 plus years, the violin world has been very much about this is the way it goes, this is the way it's written, this is the way it's always been, don't you dare change anything. It's very much in a box, and I think it lost its way as creatively. Many people do. There's a whole new movement now called the alternative string movement that's come about the past 10 or 15 years, and I am part of that, and the Fiddle Jam method is part of that. The details of the Fiddle Jam method are, one, I'm trying to make you have fun. Help you have fun. Excuse me, I'm not trying to make you do anything. And that's done to the cornerstone of improvisation. If you can learn to jam just a little bit, you have tons of opportunities that open up for you beyond the classical model. You can just have fun at home, you can play with a jazz group, you can play with a folk group, you can play with a blues band, you can play in a country band, you can do all kinds of fun things for the rest of your life and have it enrich you and your community. And everybody's feeling good about it, so hopefully you will too. Now, the details of the Fiddle Jam method and getting you to jam is this. The tracks from the original book and the extra tracks that are here on the site in the level 101 or the jammer level lessons focus on one scale fits all, where you'll be able to take one scale that's easy and an easy fingering, usually with something I've coined easy zone, where it has symmetrical fingering on two adjacent strings. So the same fingering on two strings right next to each other. And at first I encourage you just to stay within that little box fingering and be as creative as you can. So you don't have too much to think about. You see, because thinking too much tends to make us humans less creative. We get bogged down in all of your stuff in our brain. And that's not where creativity comes from. It comes from some other part of the brain or somewhere maybe outside of us or something. I'm not sure. Nobody is exactly sure. I'd like to think that it comes from outside of us, but maybe angels are telling us what to play or whatever. There's many theories on that. But regardless, the more we think, it seems like the worse we sound. So I am here with the Fiddle Jam method to encourage you to think less by having less to think about at first. Makes sense to me. So I've selected the exact scales that make that easy. Things like open 1 3, open 1 3 on the D and A strings makes the E blues scale I found. So if you start an E, all of a sudden you're sounding halfway cool right away. Definitely not classical. So I have all kinds of tracks. Now I've done all the math and the theory and stuff beforehand to make sure that the backing tracks fit that scale exactly. It's like every chord, everything is made of the notes of that scale. So whatever you do, you can't go wrong. That's level 1. That's what the Fiddle Jam method is all about. Not to say that we don't go beyond that on the site as well. I can take you all the way up to advanced gypsy jazz stuff where you get all complicated scales and switch scales on the fly and all this. But the entry level Fiddle Jam method is about easy zones, not thinking too much, having the maximum amount of fun, and getting and giving goosebumps if possible. That's it. I hope I help you on your journey, and if I can be of any assistance to you personally, please press one of the buttons on this page here and contact me and ask questions. All right, I hope that's helped you. See you soon. Oh, you know what? I should probably tag one thing on that, the Fiddle Jam method. It's, of course, not all about improvisation, because some people are terrified to improvise, and we'll work on you to try and get past your phobias about it. But some people who are classically trained are especially fearful. They have this built in from the whole past that we carry with us. But there are other things to play on the Fiddle Jam Institute site as well. I'll have many etudes and exercises that'll train your fingers to play these things. We do fiddle tunes and basically whatever is the non-classical approach, and train your fingers and your ears and your heart, I hope, to have fun with your instrument. So there's plenty of things, plenty of tunes to learn. There is some theory you can learn. We'll delve into electric violin things, and basically whatever is not classical and anti-establishment. We're looking to buck the system as renegade rule breakers. Woohoo!